I want to talk about control today. My question is the authorities controlling the citizens too much? And many people feel that's the case with this COVID pandemic. That being said, it's not only the COVID pandemic that is the problem. The problem is control in general. The control paradigm, which is new public management, is actually introducing private capitalistic principles into the public sector. And through doing that, you are reducing democracy. So people and politicians get less to say. They call it in academia, they call it the post-political society. And it means that basically in most sectors, the decisions are made through private contracts. This is the case in public purchasing, like everything the state and the municipal organizations buy. This is organized in big contracts, and they organize it in a way so that only the large companies can compete about these contracts, which is contributing to monopolizing the marketplace. You're reducing the competition and you see less innovation, but it does contribute to it concentrates power and money on few hands, because those that own these big companies, they get richer and the small companies are not able to compete. And this is also the case in city development, that you see how big developers are actually deciding how people's living environments end up being. So, and they are motivated by profits. So, your public parks and the commons are not prioritized. And with new public management, public organizations are weaker than they were before, because they are supposed to safeguard the commons. They're supposed to safeguard the public, the libraries, the public parks, the clean air and the clean water. And for some reason, in the 1980s, with Thatcher and Reagan, and then Tony Blair, after that, they got this idea that it would be an excellent idea to copy the private capitalistic systems into the state. Because, the reason for that was maybe it seemed a good idea because they wanted to make production more efficient, like produce more units per minute per hour. And that seemed at the time to be a good idea. Nevertheless, what has become what has actually happened is that you have, for one, you just produce a lot of shit of bad quality that people don't want and that they often throw away. And you kind of bureaucratize the whole system because it's all built on large contracts with huge big companies. The buying decisions are high up in the public organizations, and they have a problem understanding the needs of those that are supposed to use the products. So they buy a lot of cheap shit that those that end up using the products do not really want. So the quality is low, and when you kind of produce, the thing is also that the thing with you now with this, it's kind of mindfuck, because it's like the rhetoric is that, okay, so we are introducing market principles into the state, but that's not actually what you do. It's kind of a communist system, because all the decisions are made from the top down, and you're implementing a bureaucracy, because you're controlling the philosophy of the new public management is like this no trust theory. Like, I'm the principal, delegating the money, but I do not trust that anyone actually does what they're supposed to or what I expect from them. So I introduced this massive control system, and this is and I'm using also through digital means, which makes people's lives packed with administrative tasks. They're going to enter information now into digital systems, and they're going to they will have to document and report everything they do instead of actually doing the job, instead of actually having faith in them, having the professional background and knowledge to take individual decisions. And now we want to standardize everything. Like, we want to have rules for everything. So basically, we're kind of creating this machine with massive control. And thing is, why do we need professional people that are educated then as care workers, as teachers and as nurses, if you're going to tell them in detail what they're supposed to do, if you're going to use standardized operations for everything? What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that it's not useful to have standards to lean on, but this system is just using enormous amounts of resources to control people at the bottom of the hierarchy. And the thing is that it makes people miserable. It makes people, it impacts your it impacts your mental health. It impacts because people aren't about being an asshole to others and only egotistical people. People are happy if they can help others. I mean, I've talked to many people that, when they describe their job, people that love their job, the reason why they like their job is because they feel that they can help people. When they feel they can help people, that's what makes their day. And, more and more people feel that they're actually just trapped in bullshit jobs. The only thing they're doing is following administrative procedures just to feed the system, feed the machine, so someone can control what they're doing. And, this new public management system also just everything is fragmented, because you're no longer seeing the parts as a whole. Like, you just splitting up tasks more and more and more. In the end, people are sitting in their own department or having responsibility for their small task, and they're being measured to see if they are obtaining their goals. Whereas it's not possible to obtain good results unless you can see these challenges holistically. And then you have you're creating this situation of competition instead of a situation of collaboration. So what I'm saying is that, it's not only the COVID, that's the top of the iceberg. We're being controlled in detail already. And, when you have the system in place, it's just going to exacerbate now we're going to try to control even more. And now we're starting to feel how uncomfortable it is when we're locked down and all these measures that they're putting in place. So what I'm saying is that it's a structural problem. It's a problem of not understanding the human psyche, not understanding what a human being is about. And the solution would be to go in a more spiritual direction, to understand that people are more than egotistical human beings. Like, we are all one, and we need to collaborate instead of competing. And it's not about producing and polluting and consuming even more. It's not going to make anyone more happy. So in this quest for sustainability, we are kind of the the system is basically flawed. You're not going to become more sustainable. You're not going to be able to create a more sustainable society through this system. It's this system that is flawed, and it's not contributing to the health of people and the well-being of people. It's not contributing to the climate, and you're not going to be able to actually do something about the climate crisis if you keep on using this same logic and this same system. So if you are interested in these subjects, please subscribe, push the subscribe button, and I'd also appreciate if you have comments. Thank you.